The official She's the Boss Radio Network. We're online 24/7, 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station, the Boss Radio Network.
Take a seat on it. There it is.
You're now listening to Stb Sports Factor with your host Mike B. And Iman Blackman on WSTBRN.
Me with the passion for the game. Let's talk sports. Baltimore stand up. The whole world stand up. Everything could go green light. It's your boy BA Remix Live.
Your boy Radical, your favorite animated rapper. Let's go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stb Sports Factor. I am your host, Mike B, along with my co-host,
Iman B, back in the building, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live and direct. Nope, not from Australia, but right here in Baltimore. What's good, B-More?
and my other co-host.
Who's Cam from the NYC? What's poppin'?
What's good? What's good? What's good, man?
Same old, man. How y'all doing out there?
We
Iman,
good?
It's good to have you, man.
I appreciate that, man. It's been a few weeks or a couple months since the last time we talked. I think it was about 10 o'clock in the morning for me one morning when we was all talking about a few things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the time difference, man?
It's about we're about to do this time change, so 14 and a half hours ahead.
Whoa.
Okay.
Like you in slow motion, huh?
Right now I am. I'm still trying to get adjusted to this time change, man. My body is just like, what are you doing? I'm only sleeping like 2 hours a night now. Everything going off adrenaline right now.
Right.
How you doing up there in NYC? How's everything? I think the last time we talked, we were talking about basketball and AAU. That's the last thing we talked about.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't want to, because it's football season.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to keep it brief with the basketball. I think I don't know if I tagged you with it, either one of you guys, but I'm going to look it up and put it in the on the Sports Factor page. They said this governor or this legislator dude is sitting out a bill that if you gotta have good reason to hold your kid over, and it can't be for athletic. Oh yeah.
Wow, it should have been that way.
Well, they wasn't. They was making money off of it. Now it's getting out of hand.
Right.
It's too many brown boys getting too much money.
That's right.
Now,
So we y'all can't be getting all this money. What's wrong with y'all? So we gotta figure out how we can get it. So we gonna stop it.
yes, sir. But I just read on the way.
Tommy, we gotta get little Tommy in the league too now.
on the way in, I just was reading that they investigating one of Kentucky basketball players. They want to know his AAU. They want to know his guardian. They want to know who his guardian was.
Yeah, I mean these people getting money, man.
Yeah, but when the AAU start getting money, then I mean when black folks start getting money, now the white folks get mad.
Well, I mean, I know this is for another show, but I gotta mention this real quick. They had the Million Man March on the other day. My brothers, I was kind of upset because I wanted to be down there because I went to the first one. And, there wasn't no press coverage of it, man. But if we was riding and looting, they would have been out there like crazy throwing bombs on people.
Oh no!
If we could get rid of 1 million of them in one shot. But anyway.
Hey, there's no doubt about it. Now everybody's trying to boycott BET because BET didn't cover the Million Man March.
Well, okay. So that be that as it may.
BET stands for Belgian Entertainment Radio.
Well, be that as it may, my little man is going to be on the cypher tonight. And I'm not going to lie to America. I take it.
You know what? Speaking of that is the only reason for the last few years I've tuned into those award shows was just for the cipher, or I'd watch it on YouTube the next day. That's the only reason I watch it.
That's what I should have done, but I wanted to see it tonight.
Okay.
You know, my little man, and I'm gonna delete it as soon as I see his You know, nah, he from the neighborhood, K-Shine. Shout out to my man. Gonna be in the cipher from Harlem.
He better be good.
Got a lot of those Harlem battle rappers. But anyway, this is the Sports Factor, man.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's all.
Listen, man. I was sitting over here next to D Mecca now. You done got all close. Want to talk about the bumble killers now. Yeah, yes you did. Stop it. You brought it up earlier, man. Man, we on national TV now.
I'm talking about USC.
Hold on a minute. We're going to get to them cheaters in a minute.
Wait, which USC? You talking about University of Southern Cal or University of South Carolina or South Carolina? The West Coast USC.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about how the players now talking about transferring since they fired the coach.
Well,
Daughters.
Well, yeah, I heard that. But just last week, the Texas players were talking about transferring out too. They gotta win. So once you start winning, everything a smooth move.
That usually satisfies people. You know?
Yes, it does. Now, because Texas wasn't winning, but when they got that win last week. Now everybody's singing a different tune.
That's right. You see how they was lifting them up and carrying them on their shoulders and everything out on that field. Like they just want to. I mean, technically that was their Super Bowl for the season right there. The Red River Rivalry is the biggest game they supposed to play. But you see the week before they got blew out in the first quarter. It was 30-0 in the first quarter.
Yes. Well. Let's talk about this USC thing real quick. Now, the coach obviously has a problem. He has a drinking problem,
amongst other things.
No, not allegedly. He has a drinking problem.
And they had more on him. They just didn't bring it out.
I can't really talk over the radio, but we smarter than that, might be. I know it's always alcohol with this, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no crack or no coke. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. They're gonna say alcohol because that's accepted.
Right. It could be something else. It could be something else.
He said he was taking prescription painkillers with the damn alcohol.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yo. Come on, man.
Now, if I'm a player that comes to USC to play for this coach, if he recruited me, then why would I want to stay?
Mike, I totally 155% agree with you, man. Okay. Because let's be clear on something. I think D Mecca had a case. He was going to go back and forth. But let's be clear on something, man. These student athletes are in high school. Not all of them. Some of them. Some of the ones that I know. I can't speak on the Baltimore dudes, but I know some New York cats out here. I'd like to know how in the hell you get to St. John's University, how you go to Georgetown, how you go to Seton Hall. These are universities with high academic standards.
Not when it comes to sports. Let's think about that. It's all about money sometimes. It's a lot of about money. I'm hearing you out.
Hear me out. I think there's a part B to this.
Okay.
I didn't go to St. John's because I wanted to be a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I went to St. John's because in 3 years I'm going to the league. In St. John's, I gotta go to college now because that's the rule.
Right.
So I gotta go 1 year. This is a business, man. Calipari got a building for basketball on the University of Kentucky campus.
Right.
A building. That's the basketball building. It ain't no academic. It might be some classrooms in there.
Right.
For the film. But this, come on, these dudes don't go there for no basketball degree.
Not at all.
Some of them do.
Not at all.
Some of them bank on, I'm going to be in the league, 2-3 contract. And when I get my second contract, I'm good. But what about them dudes who ain't going to get drafted?
It's a whole lot of them.
So there's a whole lot of them. And
And you got a few dudes that's overseas. They making a little bit of change.
right.
How many of them? And I'm talking about these dudes that I know that I see every summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Played 4 years of college basketball, and I'm like, yo, man, you got your degree? Nah, man.
They went overseas to play ball, man. And can you, I know you can make a living overseas playing ball, but how much?
It's going overseas, man. Some of them is playing in the summer league for $200.
No doubt.
Just,
No doubt. But we know when they come out of high school, they're not looking forward to finishing 4 years.
No, not at all.
We already know that.
they're not. Some of them are.
Right.
Some of them who promised their mamas all that, but them dudes that come from the projects or teachers and all that, Mississippi and all that, their parents ain't worried about no damn degree right now.
Yeah, you right.
You gonna get a $45 million contract? I'm getting out of here. Oh yeah, let's do it. No problem.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
what classes was Carmelo Anthony taking this Thursday?
Basket weaving.
Home economics,
Yeah.
cooking.
I'm sure he took a basketball introduction to basketball PE class.
And that's just not. I just happen to call his name. I'm just talking about a whole bunch of dudes. They're not going, especially them dudes that's one and done. What I'm doing, what they should be taking is a finance course.
Yeah,
With
no
that money.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But hey, Coach Cab.
Gotta go on the break. NFL next, man. Oh no, USC. I'm sorry, Coach.
No, we're not going to break. We just want people that's listening to join in by calling 443-641-9318.
Call in, please, man.
Please call in if you want to talk about something, man.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell you this, Mike. I didn't know if you knew this, but the NFC, the Giants are in first place.
Hey, I forgot all about that.
Just to make you aware of that.
I forgot, but you know, y'all in first place by default.
You know what's so funny? Man?
You in first place by default.
I mean, Golden State won the championship because Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love ain't play. Why they just couldn't be the better team, man?
Because they wasn't. You know they wasn't. They wasn't the better team.
That's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault, but injuries do that to teams. And
You saw my Eli the other day?
yeah, I saw him. He did well. I like Eli.
Terrible.
I like Eli. He
Eli
did,
almost threw that interception. I said, here we go.
but that's
I
okay.
said, he gonna lose this one. But, you know, he's a two-time Super Bowl champion, unlike Romeo.
You know,
Romo.
right? You right. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not gonna sit up here and make no excuses and cry, because when we was 2-0, I was letting you have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I mean,
Although we terrible,
It
the whole division is stinky.
no, you put really the Giants should be 4-0, 5-0. You really should be undefeated right
That's
now.
right. They should be.
I agree. Yeah, we lost some tough. That game to y'all was tough.
That was real tough.
You supposed to win that one.
Yes.
And then Romo got hurt that game too, right?
No, he got hurt the Philly game.
Oh,
But man, it's something been on my mind all day long. And you see all these running backs going down, right?
That's right.
yeah, what's going on with the running backs?
They going down with the ACL. Jamal Charles went out with the ACL tear. The Dallas Cowboys bring in a running back to work out. Did Ray Rice mess up that bad that won't nobody give him a shot, man?
I told you what that is, man. I mean, what is it? This second year now he sat out?
This the second year.
This is going into the second year, and you know what? It's only the video. it's the video, because if somebody really wanted to give him a chance, look at Greg Hardy. He got a second chance, even though the charges were dropped, or he paid her off.
What did Greg Hardy do?
Domestic violence. Again, same thing as Ray Rice, but she just didn't come. There was no video. That's the big difference right now. The video was the big thing right now.
Okay, I could, they can say, yeah.
He was worse than Ray Rice.
What was worse than Ray Rice?
Like he left scars. Like
He couldn't leave no scars because when he hit her, she hit the side of that elevator.
But I'm saying-
fell down. There was nothing else for Ray Rice. But I'm just saying, that was a girl fight. That man hit that woman, man. She hit the side of that pole on the elevator, and it was a wrap.
Greg Hardy shouldn't be playing at all.
I mean, I'm gonna have to roll with y'all on that one. I'm gonna go with y'all because I don't think y'all liars.
This is more about he was talking about killing her.
Yeah.
Well, if she would have hit her medulla oblongata, hitting on that pole, that was bad, man. If he hit it and then pulled the jab back.
Yeah, that
He
was.
pulled the jab back like he was in the ring. I said, Lord.
Yeah, but at some point, you got to give this man a second chance, man.
Well, I agree with you, and it's going to be next year. Because, first of all, it's got to be a team that's willing to go through what he's going to put them through. What is going to go through with Michael Vick. And worse, this domestic violence. Every woman done suffered. Like, not every woman, but a lot of women have been victims of this, man.
And it's not always physical either. It's there is
So, yeah. Well,
mental abuse as well.
if I say something and you punch me in my face, it's definitely emotional and physical. Yeah, because it's all of that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then, this for another show, Keita Girl. I spoke to two of my young lady friends that I know of, and they were telling me they were going through that. And I was like, well, how in the world you stand with this person? They said it's not as easy as you think it is.
It's a big a lot of women stay in it because, from what I understand, they feel as though you love them, or things will get better if you don't do that again, and it's just like it's a mind control thing, just and it's sad, but I mean we don't want to dwell into that.
Gotta get back on.
We gotta definitely but we definitely gotta
be a team that's willing to go through all of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
And
the Steelers.
He'll get a shot, man. They might even call him late in the year for the playoffs or something. You never know.
Yeah.
Is he reinstated?
Yes, he been reinstated.
I didn't know, bro.
Yeah, he been reinstated a long time ago, and
That's just with a team of fear, fear what's been happening to them.
It's the circuit. It's the media circuit that's going to surround it, and the people that are that throw money at all these. Because like I said, the NFL is a corporation, right? They all about money. So all these other corporations throwing money at them, all these sponsors and everything else. Then that's that's not something that the NFL wants to see right now. Maybe next year he'll have a shot. Somebody's gonna give him a shot. But like you said, with all these running backs going down, and there has been several, there needs to be somebody that's willing to give Ray Rice a chance. Somebody that's willing to bring him into the fold and say, hey, let's take a shot on him. Even if he's on the practice squad for a week or two until he gets back in football shape.
That's gonna be crazy.
I mean, because everybody can train, but,
Let's be realistic, man. He's drawing a lot of attention. When he comes, it was like Tebow.
You're right.
It ain't gonna be to the extent. I mean, Tebow was minute compared to what this guy's gonna have at practice.
Even Michael Vick went to jail for 18 months, served out his sentence, and look at where he is now. He got another several $1 million contract.
For the life of me with Michael Vick, we could take a gun. Well, not we. Some people could take a gun and go out in the woods and shoot people and shoot animals and take pictures with them, and that's fine.
Right.
Michael Vick is not the first and only dog fighter ever.
It's not even the fact he didn't do it. It was just the fact that it was happening on his house.
His property, and they saying he was sponsoring it.
Pictures of Michael Vick doing
Mecca. Okay, you're right. D Mecca, I ain't gonna say he was allegedly. Come on, you ain't gonna tell me he didn't know what was going on.
No, it's not.
And he wasn't.
I'm talking about physically.
Well, there's no proof that they said they saw him in there.
Right.
But
They just said he knew about it.
Well, he funded the operation.
He funded the operation. That's right. That's what they saying.
Hey, Iman and Mike, I just told D Mecca, dogs and coke is two different things. Now if I grew up around the dog fighting, I might be in an event or two.
Right.
Right.
If I'm the head man in that other thing, I ain't gonna be nowhere around you.
No doubt.
All right.
I don't know. That's just from the movies I watch America. I don't know nothing about that. So.
All right. Here's a question for you. Talking about going back to switching subjects, but still on football, college football now. What do you think of a coach that resigns in the middle of the season, as Steve Spurrier did for University of South Carolina?
I saw that tonight.
Well, I got this one.
Okay, but I got an opinion on it too.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead first.
Well, I had the unfortunate pleasure of doing that with one of my junior high school teams, like right before the season. Mm-hmm. And it might have been a week or 3 days before the season started. I was like, I can't do it. And I think at one point, on a personal level, it might have been depression, because coaching was, it wasn't that I wanted to do it anymore. I had to do it.
Right.
So that became a problem. And now you're like, I'll get to the game. Whereas I'm usually at the gym an hour and a half before the game even starts. Okay, we running late. Yeah, whatever. And it was because of all the other things that was going on in the game. Mm-hmm. The parents. I was coaching at one of the major best junior high schools in New York. So I had all the top players. So I'm dealing with the top high school coaches was calling me and all this stuff. It was crazy. So I don't know what Steve Spurrier did to, what was going on with that, but I can recall doing that. Maybe not at that level. I don't know what happened, why he decided to step down. I saw a little bit of the press conference, but
basically he was saying that it's his time to get out of the way. Because college sports, like they said, is all about recruiting. If you go into somebody's house, you are sitting down talking to their kids, 17, 18-year-old kids, explaining why you should come to that university. If he's not recruiting the same way that as he was when he was at Florida or earlier in his years at South Carolina, he said for him, if you can't recruit, there's nothing you can really do. But I know Mike had a point on this, so we're gonna get to him because I don't want him to lose his thought.
Well, this is the thing right that's going on right now. He was 2-4. South Carolina had big hopes this year. They had a great recruiting class. Mm-hmm. They had a nice team. He wasn't getting the job done. Rather than fire him, they made him resign.
Okay, I can go with that because at the end of the day, he's Steve Spurrier.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
And you gotta have some type of respect for his legacy and his body of work, so to speak. So yeah, listen, bro, it ain't working out here. We'll take care of you.
Right.
But we'll accept your resignation.
And no doubt about it.
And that's the right way to do it with people like that.
There's no doubt.
I got a question.
Yes.
Do you think since they started this new college playoffs have something to do with coaches' mentality as far as if they don't do well in the first 3 games, they know they're not gonna make the playoff? Do you think that this new playoff system has something to do with it?
Well,
it was all asking for it.
I don't think it had anything to do with the coaches resign.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying in their mentality as far as because it seems like once they find out they're going, like if they're 0-3 or they're not doing good in the first 3 games, it seems like they give up hope for the rest of the season because they know they're not making the playoffs.
Well, it is no hope after. If you lose 3 games, it's definitely not no hope.
Nope.
That's in any league.
And
College football is different. You lose one game, you might be out of the national championship.
unless you Alabama, you got to lose early. You got to lose early.
That's right.
The other top teams got to lose.
Right?
That's crazy.
Right. So
College football that's crazy.
well,
Well, I have something. Back to Ray Rice real quickly. Who is more likely to get hired next year, Ray Rice or Michael Sam?
Well, Michael Sam, you know he ain't gonna be back in the league, so I'm going to go with Ray Rice on this one.
He wasn't good enough to be in the league. And trust me, if he was good enough, he'd be playing. You believe that's any sport.
He said he think he came out the closet at the wrong time.
Yeah, I believe that.
And this is his thing. He said he wished he had not have been drafted, so he could have went undrafted and then signed with a team that really needs his style of play. Well, he was. If we saying the SEC was the best division in college football, right?
Right.
The best conference in college football. He was the defensive player of the year in the SEC.
Yeah, but he bombed out in the the combine.
Well, I mean, everybody don't do well at the combine.
Sure don't.
If you're a football player,
It brings the stock down though.
yes, it did. But he got a chance to play in the NFL. He got a chance to play.
He played in the preseason all 4 games,
Yes.
and he was on the practice squad. And
Then he went to the Cowboys.
Yep. Then he went to NFL Europe, or not NFL Europe, but he went to the CFL. And then I think he just had an emotional breakdown. Eventually, it was going to happen. You know whether.
I read the other day your man talking about he want to come back. Terrell Owens said he can help the Philadelphia Eagles out.
Yeah, I saw that. He said he is ready. He is in football shape, and he could help the Cowboys out because they are down on receivers right now.
It's the Cowboys? I thought he said it's Philly.
No, he said
he
the
said
Cowboys.
the
You're the one
Cowboys.
that first reported this news. What led to this decision?
Well,
What do you
I
think
think
about
the
that?
Cowboys recognize that they've got 4 games left.
I don't think he's in his football shape as he think he is.
Well, he been training all year long.
Yeah, he's been training for the last 4 years since he's been out the league.
He been training, so I think he could come back. I think he can stretch a defense.
That's just like Jerry Rice saying he can still play.
Can I tell you something? What they said, what Mike Tyson said? It's all good till you get hit.
Yeah, you're right.
So
That is true.
you can practice, and Coach Mike, you know.
Yeah. It's all good.
Drills, and you got your one practice player that is the greatest practice player of all time.
Right.
As soon as them referees get on that field, that boy don't know what he's doing. I got about 3 or 4 practice players that was great in the gym, boy. The referees get on the court. There's some other defense other than our own players. There's a difference.
Quick shout out MB3. The highlight reel. Big shout out to MB3 right there, man. Did you see it?
I don't have to see it. I know my man. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yo, I was impressed, and I just big shout out to his coach, his home coach. I'm talking about the home coach. Big shout out to him. Big fun.
Yeah, hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
That sound like he trying to be the president of the New York City, Mike.
You think?
Y'all don't even know that. That's my man. And I'm getting the tickets when they play the Giants, bro. He trying that. Nah, he trying, man. It's a good try, though.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Cab.
Yes, sir.
The Cowboys made that switch, baby.
What y'all gonna lose this weekend?
We off this weekend, but we made the switch at quarterback.
So if y'all ain't gonna lose, huh?
Hey, you funny, brother.
Don't play, huh?
That's a good one, brother. But hey, when we come off the bye, we play the Giants in the Meadowlands, right? That's what it's called up there, right?
Yep, yeah, y'all play us. Wait, next week, ain't it?
Yeah, next week, not this week coming, but next week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. We made the switch at quarterback.
He stopped talking, man. I normally don't be talking no trash. I was just telling my boy today. I was just telling Mecca that my other boy. We normally don't talk trash to each other, but somebody opened the door, and that boy got a little angry. So what's going on? In first place this week. Wait till y'all play next week. Y'all ain't even. Like, whoa, buddy. All right, I can't talk to you no more. I get it. But, I just think about that Ray Rice thing, man. He hit that girl pretty hard, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna get another shot because he can make somebody some money.
I would have thought he would have got another shot already.
You gotta think about it. It's probably them owners, because they go to owners meeting, and they probably saying, well, which one of us gonna bring him back?
Right.
Of course they talking about it.
Somebody being sneaky, they ain't saying who was. If somebody really want to bring him back, but they gotta wait.
Right.
So,
I hope so.
There's probably people that I'm pretty sure teams have contacted him.
I just sort of thought that he would have got a chance already. All right, now let's go to this Pittsburgh game last night. The end of the game, right?
5 seconds left.
5 seconds left. They run the Wildcat. They run the Wildcat. They have one timeout left. They down 3?
They're down 3.
They run the Wildcat from the 1. Le'Veon Bell almost didn't get in. He almost did. Now, if his knee would have touched down and he would have got that ball in, Mike Tomlin would have been on a hot seat.
I still think you're on the hot seat now.
Serious?
Yeah, that's my dude.
I think he would have been on the hot seat had they not got that touchdown, because if they don't get the touchdown, then they lose the game.
That's right.
But you know what, man? I mean, I understand business, but come on. This quarterback, and from what everybody's saying, I mean, I don't follow it like y'all follow it, but Bill Roethlisberger, I understand, is up there with Rodgers and Brady and all those cats. That's a big loss, man.
That's a huge loss. That's a huge loss.
The coach and I never understood why the coach get on the court, get on the field, the coach don't play.
But now the coach got to coach the game. Now he don't have his star player. Now he got to coach. He lost it to the Ravens.
Yep.
Then he almost blew it last night.
So let's just say this, man, and I'm gonna tell you this always. If you don't have no talent, you can't win, man.
He had talent. They came back. They don't.
Go ahead.
I was just listening to an interview he did at the end of the game where he said about himself that he keeps second guessing himself, and he has to learn how to stop second guessing himself. And I was like, really? You had to say that on air? He said, he gave all his props to Ben for setting up the play, but the thing is, you're a professional. You're at that level to where it's not the thing of you shouldn't have to say that I gotta stop second guessing myself. If you second guessing yourself, you wouldn't be here.
Well, they are human beings. They are coaches. I mean, everybody. I'm sure all of them.
Mike Vick said this.
They do the same thing, Dick. You get out there, man, and you playing, and I mean, I can go back with basketball. I set a play up this summer, and everybody after the game was like, "What the hell was that?" And after the game, and I'm still thinking of that. I should have threw something else up. So after the game, first of all, don't put the camera in my face right after the game. Luckily,
Right.
don't Kurt.
Right.
Real, man. He's like,
You admitted to me you was trying to be brand new anyway in that play.
You know, and it didn't work. I thought, and I'm just saying, like, you put the camera in my face, then if I say something, you're finding me. I'm human, like you said, man. Come on, man.
You're right.
I know after a loss, you don't want to talk to nobody.
Right.
Your wife might have a problem. Keep the girl.
Yeah, that's tough. After losing, you really don't want to talk. You really don't want to talk.
Everybody want to talk to you.
And they putting them microphones in them guys' face, and you get what you get when you do that.
Speaking of losing,
Apologize and all that. Now I meant every word that I said.
speaking of losing, let's talk about teams that's losing right now. Somebody got to come out of this game on Sunday with a win. The Ravens or the 49ers. Somebody has to win a game. This will be the second win.
Hey, don't turn off the lights this time.
They playing in San Francisco. All I'm saying is the Ravens going to win.
Don't turn off the lights.
You got the Ravens?
I got the Ravens.
He got the Ravens either way, because that's his team. That's what he throw.
I would take the Ravens if they were 0-15 and it was the last game of the season. I'd pick them to win this game right here again. At least they're going to win this week against San Francisco.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna win.
The defense is terrible. And the defense sucks right now, but for some reason they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out of San Francisco with a win this week.
I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna win this week.
They're not gonna win.
The secondary. Will Hill is the worst safety in the league.
Will the Thrill Hill?
The Will the Thrill Hill is the worst safety in the league. Yes.
Ladarius Webb is looking pretty old out there.
Man, the only one looking okay is Jimmy Smith a little bit. He has to do everything out there. Will Hill, every big play the Ravens give up is because Will Hill is out of place.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever in the 20 years that we've had the Ravens, I don't think I've ever said our defense sucked. I think this is the first year I've ever said that. And we've had them, 19, 20 years now, coming up on 20 years. I've never said the defense sucked. This is the very first time, especially the secondary. I always said the offense was terrible. I mean, we've had good running back, no quarterback. And in the last 5 years, we had a decent quarterback and a good running back, and a very good defense. Now it's just everything is bad.
So, do you fire the coordinator and try to get a spark out of him?
The defensive coordinator or offensive?
Defensive coordinator.
No, not yet. You give him at least until, what is this coming up on, week 6 here? You got to give him until week 8. And if that
week 8, it could be too late.
It's already too late.
No, it's not too
It's
late.
already too late. They in order for them at this point right now to make the playoffs and can come out of the AFC North, they'd have to win 11 straight.
Okay.
Ain't gonna happen, Captain.
It has been done before, right?
Not in Baltimore.
Okay. Alright. See, that's the type of fans that Baltimore had. They have no faith.
I got faith, but 11 wins straight. Not with that defense.
See,
Am I wrong? Defense wins championships. Am I correct?
I'm thinking when Tony Romo come back, we can run it off and win this.
Not with y'all defense either.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
You got to play against the Giants next week.
That's okay. We're gonna beat them.
Yeah, okay, man.
Yeah, we're gonna beat them with a backup with Matt Castle.
But no matter what, I'm taking the Ravens on Sunday in San Francisco. Call me a homer if you like. I'm going with my gut here, gut instinct.
Okay. Hey, Coach Cab.
Yes, sir.
Now, when we had that the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 90s, 2000s, and man.
Let me get that back up so I can look at that.
All right. Now the 60s got Wilt. I only need to name 2 of them. Wilt and Russell.
And you still got Jerry West in there too.
Yeah,
Listen, man, hold on, brother. Hold on. I got it up right now, bro.
okay.
Listen, man, listen up. This is difficult.
I'm telling you.
If you talk about, I just read the history. I like history of basketball. I watched the NBA at 50 about 1 million times.
Right.
And there's one portion on there that made me really have an ultimate respect for an organization, and that's the Boston Celtics. Bill Russell could have did what he wanted to do, but he won 8 in a row.
Right.
He won 8 straight championships. Man, now you can say they wasn't playing against nobody with 8 teams in the league. You know, but them 8 teams couldn't beat this dude, man.
Right.
Now you got Will Chamberlain. Jesus Christ, man. The kid's still in the record books. He's
You're right.
Still in the record books. They told the dude he averaged 50 points a game one year. They said you don't pass the ball. The next year he led the league in assists at 7-1.
Right.
And until they retired, the brother points, rebounds. They was getting 25 rebounds just because in the NBA back then. Him and Bill Russell.
So even with Bill's 8 straight rings,
That's bad.
Right.
That's a bad accomplishment.
8 straight. I mean, he got 11 overall, correct?
Correct.
So
11 out of 13.
11 out of 13. So, this is a question I've always wanted to ask basketball greats, or people basketball greats, basketball mind.
I'm a basketball enthusiast.
Okay, hey,
We just had this discussion.
Why can't he be considered
The best of
the best?
best ever.
I mean, it's just a general question. Why couldn't he be considered the best? You know how we always say Jordan is the best.
But there's one thing that people are always going to think about, and that's scoring.
Right.
Right?
He was woven into the team. Like the team, he had a better team than all of them dudes. He didn't care about all of that. So they don't care about none of that. But Will was a scorer, Mike's a scorer, Kobe's a scorer. These guys are scorers. So you put the ball in the back and you get 80 a game and 100 points in a game.
Right.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. But when you talk about Kobe is more than a scorer. He's an assassin.
Oh Lord, Elon, you know about this boy and Kobe, man.
Yeah, man. I know about it. I know about him and Kobe.
It's horrible. It's disgusting.
he's an assassin, and you don't like MJ.
No, you guys. I like Kobe.
Brother,
man.
don't.
I'm a basketball dude.
You was at the Garden
Here we go.
when Mike came back and hung that 55 on him, and
Wearing
you was
a 4-5.
there.
No.
And
Hear me out. Iman.
I'm here.
Hold on, Iman.
Yeah.
I never had the opportunity to see Mike in person, and I'm mad at that. You don't know how much Knicks tickets cost, bro. These dudes are terrible. I can't get free tickets. This guy that I know that I ain't really cool with, he does the score at the Garden. And I said, man, you can't hook me up. So he was like, man, I leave tickets for people, they don't even show up. You leave tickets for me, man, I'm coming to the game.
Right.
It was a college game, man. Yo, I was sitting in the top row of the last seat in Madison Square Garden, man.
Wow.
I was playing the organ with the dude, man.
Nah, man, but Coach Kev.
I've never seen but on a serious note about Kobe, I DVR'd the game, the 81-point game.
Yeah.
It came on Hardwood Classics on NBA TV like a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Yo, excuse me for, getting ghetto, but this gentleman scored 81 points in 4 quarters, man.
Yeah.
And it was in the flow of the game. It wasn't like he was going, as they say in New York, nut.
Right.
Swung the ball, he got it, he swung, shot. And then they was looking for him because the basket looked like a beach ball, the beach.
Right.
He was killing them dudes that day.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Kobe, man. I don't have I don't like nobody that's not a Knick.
I know. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not saying that. I told you last week, hating Michael Jordan is like hating Dr. J. Man, you couldn't just do that.
Right.
I mean, I like Dr. J's personality more than Mike, because Mike stepped on his mother for a win.
But here's a question: is there anybody on this list out of all 6 generations on? Well, I'm not even gonna count the last in the 2010s because those 5 wouldn't do anything against anybody else up there.
And let's not even talk about. We keep talking about Will and Russell, but Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Big O.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Is there anybody on this list, excluding the last 5, that you think should be on there?
That's not on.
That's not in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or the 2000s.
Player on here on the 80s team, personally,
Yep.
I'm gonna take Isaiah Thomas off.
Mm-hmm.
Just personally. In the 4 years that Bernard King played for the New York Knicks,
Okay.
No way, no how. No way, no how.
we can argue that I personally like Bernard King, but I'm gonna tell you this: there's no way in the hell Isaiah shouldn't have been on the Dream Team.
Well, you know what that
we
was
already
about.
know what happened with that.
I'm just saying what that was to me. So that's what I think about Isaiah. But for those 4 years, did that man play for the New York Knicks? Was the Hall of Fame 4 years?
Yeah, but you can't take Isaiah off. You can't take Isaiah off and put. I know. That's because you're a Knick fan. You're a Knick fan. You're supposed to say that. I'm surprised you ain't say Carmelo should be on there. Is Carmelo on here?
No, Carmelo not on there.
Oh, okay.
He don't deserve to be on there.
He better not be on none of these lists.
I was going to say.
Yeah, okay.
Did you hear what Carmelo said? I just saw this today. He now expects the coaches to let him know if he's not doing something on the offensive or defensive end. He thinks that's going to make him better, a better all-around player. He wants them to just be like, point it out, whether it be in the film room, the coach is saying something to him in the game. He said he wants to be held accountable now for if he does not do something.
Wow. He hasn't been accountable?
He said he wants to be held accountable now. Now, you think this is going to make him a better person all around?
I don't think so. Listen, Melo is going to be who Melo is going to be.
Especially at this point in his career.
I think the window has closed for him. And what I'm saying is, think about this. Let's go back to 2003. When Melo and LeBron came out, it was Melo and LeBron. Melo and LeBron. Then somebody else came out, and then Melo went Dwayne Wade. Melo went down here. And then they started LeBron and Kobe for a little while. Then Durant came, and now that's where it is at. They don't even talk about Carmelo anymore, man. He's going to get the ball. He's going to hold it for 7 seconds. With jab step, pump fake, jab step, pump fake. That's it.
Not in a triangle, man. Not in a triangle.
My man. It's going to be a square. It's going to be a circle because he's going to swing the ball. It's going to swing right back to him, and then he's going to shoot it.
And that's why Carmelo going to be out of there.
Oh, they're going to trade him.
No doubt about it.
They're going to get about 13 draft picks. They're going to cheat. They're going to cheat somebody. Because at the end of the day, the NBA is not good if New York doesn't have a good team.
Well, the NBA ain't been good for a long, long time.
They got the up and coming teams.
Your fan feelings. Think about this. I'm being honest. I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm a realist too. We terrible, and hopefully we get the 6th seed in this season. And if we don't, I ain't gonna be mad because we terrible. I was watching us the other day. We 2-0. We got Porzingis. We got Derek Williams coming off our bench. He buck wild.
But this is the preseason. What does that mean?
But God, Iman, these dudes those are the 13 contract players on our team.
I know.
Who's playing? Carmelo get it, he pump faking, jab stepping, did he shooting? How many rebounds this man getting? I'm a Knicks fan.
He not going to the basket, so you can kill that.
Oh, it ain't no layups. Or jump shots.
No layup. Hey.
Now, don't get it twisted. He can put the ball in the basket.
Oh, he's a scorer.
I just don't think that he should be a lead. He's not no lead dude.
No, I would say that too. I mean, maybe they'll trade him to Cleveland.
Who?
Melo.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, it only works on the All-Star game with him and LeBron, Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith coming off the bench. What's his name? Varejao should be coming back. He would never get the ball.
Kevin Love.
Well, first of all, if you trade him to there, somebody's going to be gone.
Somebody got to go, right?
They'll get rid of Varejao. They'll get rid of Thompson if they ever sign that contract.
And I'll take Jump back.
Yeah, he really didn't help him last year.
He wasn't ready for no finals, man. That's the big stage. That's why I was telling people there's no way in the NBA world the Knicks was going to no playoffs or deep in no playoffs with J.R. Smith as our number 2 dude.
Yeah, that dude far from anywhere. He don't care.
Nope, sure don't.
Yeah, put it up, man.
Yes, he does. He put it up. He definitely puts it up.
So, I don't know if y'all following baseball, but the Chicago Cubs are back into the National League Championship Series.
Are they about to play those guys from Queens? What's the score of that one?
Your Queens brothers are losing 3-1 right now in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, listen, on a sour note, no, hit me up.
All right.
I just got some, I get these like sports blurbs. They found Lamar Odom unconscious, man.
Yeah, I just saw that. I wasn't sure if it was true or not. And I was like, man, but you know what the thing is? He was still hanging around with that same crowd that he had a couple friends that OD'd on drugs and everything else like that. So sometimes when you still hang around them crowds, you tend to do the same exact things they're going to be doing.
Well, that's accurate.
And he's been out of the league now for a couple years. I know he's going through a lot depression-wise and stuff like that, but people got different outlets. And then with his, I guess I want to say his wife, one of the Dashian girls or whoever she is.
Well, he's not with her no more.
Oh, well, there you go then. See, that probably could be another thing right there.
She left him.
Everybody deals with stuff differently,
Without question. And
it's sad. Let's just hope that everything works out for him. We got to keep him in prayer.
I'm reading the article now. They said they had to airlift him from L.A. to Las Vegas, and it's not good.
Wow. That's
I never got the chance to meet homie,
Mm-hmm.
but I always liked his game from high school. I got a chance to see him play. The first time I saw him play, and I was like, first of all, the high school team that he was on, 3 players went to the NBA besides 2 other players went to the NBA besides himself. Eric Barkley and Speedy Claxton.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
My God, that was one hell of a team. That team was awesome, but they lost in the championship the following year to my Rice Raiders. And
the Rice Raiders?
Yeah, Rice closed.
Felipe Lopez came to Baltimore and got beat.
Yeah.
With who? Kevin Simpson and them.
With Southern High School?
My homeboy that I hang out with every day was on that Rice team.
Kevin Simpkins?
No. Listen, when my boy came home, because every now and then I like to talk to him about Philippe and ask him about, because Rice was #1 in the country at that point too.
Right.
And that was one of the only 4 games they lost. Yo, he came home, he was like, yo, let me tell you something. I thought Felipe was bad. I said, that Kevin Simpson dude?
Yeah.
Every time we talk about that year, he talk about Kevin Simpson.
Hold on, but check this out, right? Okay, they beat Rice. Which was #1.
Yeah.
So they was coming home to be #1 and got upset.
No question. Might be more, that's no doubt.
They got upset. Yep.
No question.
Yeah, but Kevin Simpkins went to my high school.
Okay.
And he played 2 years after I left. And he went, I don't know which college he went to, but I was watching the game one day, and Larry Bird said, if Kevin Simpkins stay one more year, he'll be a lottery pick in the NBA draft. And he didn't. And he didn't make the NBA.
Kevin Simmons?
Simpkins.
Simpkins.
Yeah.
You gotta look him up.
Yes. He's a high school basketball coach now. His
Spell his name for me?
SIM
SIMK.
P
Oh, PK.
PSON. Simpkins.
Okay, hold on. SIMP.
SON.
Oh, Simpson. Okay. I don't know why I got Simpson. What's the name of the school he coach at?
He's coaching at Patterson High School right now. Yes, he was a bad boy, man.
I'm telling you what my boy told me, man. Every time we talk about that year, he always talks about, because I was talking about, people always do Felipe Lopez dirty, man.
Right.
As far as his greatness.
Uh-huh.
That was a bad boy, man.
Yeah, he was.
And so I was like, well, who do we play? Because he's like, that year, he said, we played against everybody. They beat Oak Hill. They lost to them. I think they lost to St. Ray's in New York twice. And they lost to somebody else that year. They played St. Ray's. Kareem Reed and Felipe played against each other 4 times that year. I was at 2 of them great games. Oh, man, one of them was awesome. They had to move it out of the Gaucho Gym, which is a big-time AAU team up here, to Iona College on the day of the game, and sold it out on the day of the game.
Right.
So I had to sneak out of work to go see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sick, man. My boy took me up to Iona. Simpson. How tall was he?
He's 6'5".
Okay, because what I'm getting now, I put Patterson High School. You put Baltimore.
Put Southern High School.
Southern High School, Baltimore?
Southern High School, yeah. And he was a bad boy. He used to kill Keith Booth.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Booth was a bad boy.
Yeah. Kevin, he couldn't touch Kevin though.
But you know what is funny? Because I'm on another, there's a site in New York, basketball Q&A, and it's all about really New York City basketball and talking about old dudes. And usually I don't respond to nothing. But I saw it was something I had to respond to the other day. And they put a couple of 6 point guards from New York up there, 3 of them against one. It was a 3-on-3.
Okay.
They've been doing that lately, seeing who's the best. So there was a young man in New York City, his name was Kerry Thompson. He played at Florida State. And, the great Stephon Marbury was up there. And this guy said, on the 3-on-3, Stephon and Kerry happen to be on the same team. And I'll take Kerry over Stephon any day. You probably never even heard about Kerry Thompson. But like somebody never heard of Kevin Simmons.
Yeah.
Simpson.
Right.
So I know there's dudes out here that's better than dudes that's in that league.
No doubt.
You know, they just didn't get that opportunity, or politics or something else happened. So I believe you when you say that, because I seen dudes out here like, how the hell you not in the league, man?
Right. Well, the dude said he's 6'4", very strong and very athletic, but he's not ready for the NBA. He played power forward, but at 6'4".
Where you got it? Kevin Simpson makes Baltimore Sun articles. Hold on. Maybe a picture will come up with a brother.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know what he looked like anything. Like,
nah, but he
his articles coming up. Oh,
he played.
Southern
He played.
Alum, that's him. This is him. Does it say Southern alums? Okay,
Yes,
here we go.
yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
About the proof, he said, mention the name Kevin Simpson, the Marty Blake,
Mm-hmm.
and NBA media who is he? And then mention him to Rick Ball, the junior college player, and his immediate response is, I expected more of him when I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is expected. I thought it was going to be something different.
Right.
The past 2 years at Dixie College in Utah simply lacks the credentials of a Stephon Marbury, Marcus Camby, with Nature Strange, that Simpson was holding a news conference at Southern High announcing his intention to join the NBA draft. They said he had a son and that's why he was coming out.
Oh, okay. I know Larry Bird. I was watching the draft, and Larry.
I'm just telling you what this one said here.
I'm reading.
Marty Blake don't know you. That's a problem. He's 6'4", very athletic and very strong. He's not ready for the NBA.
Right.
And it's looking like he's 6'4" and he was the tweener. That's what I see right here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And those is hard, man, to get in that league, man.
Yeah, that's what happened to Keith Booth.
Yeah, well, Keith Booth got a ring.
Yeah, he got a ring.
He got 3 of them. How many he got?
I think he got 2.
He ain't play a minute, did he?
No, he was in the suit. Hey, when Michael Jordan hit that shot, Keith Booth was the first one on the court.
I ain't mad at him. My money.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say to Kenny Smith on open court. They said, how come you always, they said, I bet you Hakeem Olajuwon don't talk about you as much as you talk about him. He goes, I know where my bread was part of that.
Uh-huh.
Shoot, I'm on this show because of him.
Hey,
I'm always going to give him some props.
they mentioned Felipe Lopez in his article.
Right? The great Felipe Lopez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm sorry. But I still, me and my boy hung out with him during All-Star Weekend. They was teammates and all of that. I said, you ain't call me? I was kind of mad because I know Philippe. They said Philippe act crazy. He said Philippe was in there because everything's free. He works for the NBA, so they was in there. He over there, he was using the N-word kind of crazy all over the place. And my boy was like, what's wrong with this dude? So, a lot of times when you're around your boy and you're a star, you really trying to really let everybody know you're a star, especially your boy.
Right.
You gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. I just want to go to the game, maybe get a free lobster in the back room or something, But I really want to watch the game and hang out with my boy I ain't seen in a while. But, dudes is nuts.
Right, but he's the article says Simpkins had planned to play at Providence next season, but he didn't have enough credits to make him eligible to play.
Now you see, I'm going back to what we was talking about earlier with the academic.
Right. He didn't have enough credits.
How in the world was this guy playing in high school that you're not eligible, man?
Pushing him.
Well, that's why he was in junior college.
Exactly.
Right. Well, he said he had a great career at Southern, and his highlights occurred when he outplayed the consensus high school player of the year, Felipe Lopez, on a night when the Bulldogs knocked off Rice from his top national rankings.
saw the article, and those are true facts. Because my boy, the one thing I love about my boy, he straight up with it. He said that was the only dude that I saw kill Felipe, besides Jock Vaughn.
Okay.
They played Jock Vaughn when they was juniors.
Right.
They said Vaughn cooked rice in the paper the next day. They said Vaughn had about 35. I said, my man name is Zig. I said, Zig, how much he had on you? He said, he had about a good 12 on me. I ain't gonna lie. He said, but Philippe was starting him, it was ugly. He said he was killing everybody.
Okay.
But they was straight up with him, but they said they beat a lot of dudes. He said they played Simon Gratz.
That's the team from Philly.
Yep.
Right, but now when Rasheed Wallace was on there.
Right, and that's when Simon Gratz was number 1 in the country one year, and they came down to Dunbar and got knocked off.
Because they wasn't that good. They'd be about 2 people on them other team. If you think about it, they be like Trajan Langdon. He was in Alaska.
Right.
Maybe good basketball players is really out in Alaska.
You're right.
If you cheat 40 every night.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. My thing was New York City Catholic School League. Because Philippe, when you play against them dudes, every night was a game. My boy, because he's the point guard. So one night he guarded Shamgar. The next night he guarded Kareem Reed. The next 2 McDonald All-Americans right there. Then the other team's guards wasn't no slouch.
Right. There's no doubt.
Dunbar, I heard, they had how many pros on that team that year, man? All of them went pro, right?
They had Reggie Williams, Muggsy Bogues, David Wingate, Reggie Lewis. I think that's 4. That's 4. 4 out of the.
Did Derek Lewis play on that team from Maryland?
Who?
Derek Lewis from Maryland, University of Maryland.
No, he didn't play at Dunbar.
That's not fair, though, man.
Hey, all on with first round draft pick.
That shit ain't fair, man. Oh, excuse me.
You know they won back-to-back national titles. They won back-to-back national titles.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, one year I think they lost 1 game. The first year.
My boys came down and played them, Martin Luther King.
Okay. Because
they said Muggsy Bogues was killing them. Man.
Right, but if you ever get a chance, look at the documentary of the Dunbar Poets.
Oh, it's on there?
Yes. Well, that's not on there, but when he went up to
on YouTube?
No, is it on? I don't know if it's on YouTube.
Gotta be on YouTube.
It might be, but when he went up to New Jersey to play, right? The people in the stands was laughing at him.
Oh yeah.
Talking about, look at that little kid. Look at that little kid. Mm-hmm. Man.
You're mad after the game.
Man, your little guards from up in Jersey couldn't even bring the ball across half court, man. He was picking their pocket. It's a nice documentary. It's definitely.
It's not coming up, but
Is it called Poet Pride? It's called Poet Pride.
I think I saw something like that and I wanted to see it, but I never saw it.
It's called Poet Pride. It might come up.
There it is. But why is it only 2 minutes?
Oh, I don't know. But hey, Coach Kev, we had a kid down here named Akil Carr.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. They love him up here too.
They love him up there too, huh?
They love him.
Yeah, man. The boy bad, man. The boy bad. He just, he should have went to college.
Yeah, he got in some trouble. But the funny thing is, don't get me wrong. I just been around this game a lot. He's a good player.
Right.
But when you see guards, and it's dudes in New York like this. Why is my phone keep going on? Sorry. There's a lot of guards in New York that are good. When I saw him play, I'm not gonna say I wasn't impressed, but it was like, okay. And then when you see a highlight tape, it's always gonna be a highlight tape.
Right.
I haven't gone to see him play in person to say whether or not, hey, this kid is. Because I watched a lot of guards in New York, and I'm like, they were talking about them, like, who we came to see? So y'all talking about him? No, I was thinking about the other kid.
Mhm.
You know, and I thought he was not average, a little better than average, but, like, okay, a 5'9" dude that can dunk.
No, man, that boy was not 5'9", man.
How was it?
Man, he 5'6", man.
Okay, and that's a little more impressive, but
Yes, it is.
right here, you know Stu Barnett? My man Stu Barnett was the same player to me that Akil Carr was.
Right.
He probably didn't have the ball handling skills that this dude had.
Right.
But Stu jumped out the gym. He
Mm-hmm.
might have been about 5'6", 7.5", out the gym. And you know, so when I see dudes like that, I'm like, oh, okay, man. Now you know what's impressive? If you need to look up somebody, Thon Maker. This big African boy is 7'1".
Mm-hmm.
Google him right now. YouTube him and watch this boy handle the ball at 7'1". He's gonna be if he could leave and go to the NBA right now, and I think he a junior in high school.
Oh, where does he play at?
I'm not sure. Thon Maker, Maker. If you got your phone, look him up right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he
7'1", and look how he handled the ball.
Oh yeah.
I gotta watch it.
He's pretty tall. His classes he come out this year. He's senior. He in Canada. Oh, he from Canada.
Yeah, the boy's special, man.
Well, he got everybody on the list: Arizona State, Duke, Florida, Georgetown, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisville, Memphis, Miami, Missouri, SMU, Stanford, Texas.
Watch the tape, man.
But what position is he going to play at 7'1" for these bigger schools? Is he going to is he going to handle the ball?
I would let him handle it.
Well, now he must have reclassed because they had him at the class of 2015. Now he's saying he's the class of 2000. How old is the brother?
I don't know, man. He might be 24.
Yes, he might be. Yes, he might be.
Listen, if he's 24, I'm still impressed.
Right.
Because I think he can do that on the NBA level.
He's born in 1997, so he only 18. In Sudan.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no disrespect to my African brothers and sisters, but I had one of those kids on my team, and I had his birth certificate. That thing was like 4 pages. Isn't it? He ain't like that boy right there. Yeah. The Bowl son.
You said that's Manute Bowles' son?
The Dunbar Poets, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you watch these highlight tapes, they just what they are.
Right, but you know what?
They highlights.
I got to see him on ESPN a couple of months ago on them little Adidas showcase games
Mm-hmm.
with his AAU team.
Right.
He do that same thing, bro. And I'm pretty sure you can put a game up there and he can show you a game. Because YouTube can show you every damn thing.
I see you got some Under Armours on.
Yeah, that's the new thing, man.
Yeah. Under Armour taking over. Definitely.
Be more in the building.
So guess we're gonna have to get out of here.
And that was beautiful, man.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So, yeah,
We
the
gotta
kid.
get some people calling in, man. We gotta do some gimmicks. We gotta have some prizes.
Yeah, I mean they have giveaway prizes on all the other shows. We don't have any, but we will.
Next time. Next time, y'all got to text selfie to 54669 and y'all can win some prizes. I tried to win today, but I put it on the Facebook page, so I guess that wasn't texting.
Girl, we gonna have to discuss our contract at Sports Factor, man. I came to the studio one night, the lights weren't on. The summer Iman, it was 200 degrees. I don't get no water or nothing.
You got to talk that over with the boss.
I'm trying to. But I can't even get an hors d'oeuvre plate or something.
Right. I'm sure Matt got some chicken fingers in there.
Chicken finger in here, man. There's some thumbs, big toes. Ain't no chicken fingers in here.
Okay. All right, fellas, we're gonna get out of here. So, I
I'm
mean,
talking to y'all, man.
Definitely.
You on next, man. Well, I don't know how you gonna do it.
I'll be here. I'll be here again next week.
you'll be here again. Okay.
Let's, Iman, shout out to you and the missus. Congratulations.
Appreciate that very much.
Oh. Hey, Coach K, we got a guest next week.
Who's the guest? My brother? The
Earl-
brother
Earl Jackson, man. Earl Jackson.
I was reading up on him. I'm gonna do a little more homework.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a nice little interview next week. We're gonna triple team him.
I love it.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We want to thank everybody for listening to the show, and as we always say, God bless and good night.
Deuces.